And a very lovely morning to you guys watching out there. You are on to The Call, your favorite talk show powered by Delarue TV. I'm your girl Sabina and I'll be keeping it locked down for you guys today on The Call. Today, like we always do, we have a very interesting young man. You will see why I say interesting very soon, because this young man has carved a niche for himself in the music industry and he's doing something that we don't get to see a lot in this part of the world. You're going to find out who I'm talking about real soon. Let's go on the bio break. Keep watching. Joining us on the court today, Thank God Okobia, better known by his stage name Teekay Classic, is a Nigerian multilingual classical and operatic pop artist. Professionally a trained ICT personnel, Teekay has, however, created a niche for himself in the classical music industry of Nigeria. Teekay Classic is also a master of ceremonies and an actor, and he prides himself in adding a touch of splendor to events with phenomenal music. Ladies and gentlemen, Teekay Classic in the studio with me right now. Teekay, woohoo! Dab now. You have to, when I'm giving you like that, you're supposed to dab on it. Like,
you have to do some shaku.
Correct. So how are you doing? Thanks for coming to the studio today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, so I can see you just popped a little, sunglass in your pocket, all cool and all. So we're going to talk about your style for a minute. How would you describe your style?
It's one word, classic.
Classic.
Yes, classic.
We need a little bit more than that. Do you always go out a native or
No.
Is this more of your style?
It's a casual day for me today, and of course I'm dropping by the studio here, so I had to keep it simple, wearing a native. Yes, but but when I'm on duty, it's all corporate. So I do a lot of suits, but on casual days like this, I just keep it simple on native.
Yeah, I mean, when you're swooning, when you're trying to swoon those girls, you have to.
There is never such a time.
I know your type. It's all right. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Let's talk about your music. Like I said earlier, he's a classical artist. So can you just give us an insight into how all this started for you?
It started a couple of years ago. Growing up, I've been in choir. I've been singing, in a Catholic church, actually.
Oh,
yes. And I've always loved music, classical music and all that. I found out that growing up, it's one kind of music I love listening to, and all that. And fast forward to sometime in 2005, I joined an interdenominational choir in Omok City in Port Harcourt. And that was how it started. I learned how to sing classical music and all that. A couple of years later, I had to do some kind of personal rebranding. This was in 2011 when I decided to take music up as a profession. Yeah, so I had to do some kind of rebranding, did a lot of learning. I had to learn some languages because usually I'm being introduced as a multilingual classical musician. I sing in Spanish, Italian, English. So I had to be able to perform in these languages. I had to study, I had to learn better. So that's how it's been. I kicked off the career sometime in 2011, 2012, and it's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful so far.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk briefly on, when you started. Was it a struggle for you to choose this genre? It's not really popular in this part of the world. A lot of people hear classic music and they're like, what's that? Please, can you put shaku?
I know, shaku.
So, was it a tough decision for you going into this? In terms of,
absolutely,
your career?
it was. I mean, you mentioned earlier on, it's not the kind of music you hear here in Nigeria, and people used to have this perception of classical music. It's boring.
Yeah, old people music. That's.
But it's not exactly so.
Yeah.
A lot of things are changing. What I did was a blend of this classical music, opera, and pop music, which we all are familiar with. So I call it classical pop or operatic pop. The idea is to connect the Nigerian music with the Western music to create a genre which is
more
acceptable here, but when I have to perform to the advanced audience, the old people, I give them the opera and classical because that's what they want. Yes, when I have to perform in a mixed crowd where there are young people, I keep it simple and more entertaining with pop and classic. So that's pretty much how.
That's how it
Yes.
rolls. Okay, so let me just ask real quick. The classical pop, that's what you call it, yeah. Is it a thing or that's just what you came up with?
That's what I came up with that only for me to find out that there are
Is that
people
right?
around the world, not here in Nigeria, but
Yeah,
people around the world
outside
who are doing
already
that.
doing
In
it.
Italy, I know of these young guys who are doing, but they call it operatic pop, not
Okay.
classical pop as I call it, but it's pretty much the same thing, and we just keep pushing it that way anyway.
So, like we've already established, it's really not popular right here in Nigeria.
Yes.
So, how would you, how would you say your growth in terms of reception has been so far since you started?
It's been good. It wasn't easy when I started off, but I was lucky to have started on a good platform in the
Okay.
corporate sector.
Okay.
Now I do a lot of corporate events, and this is my target audience. I realize that the corporate sector is my target audience. These are the people who sought after me. They want my kind of music at their event. So I had to, build a brand
Based on
around
that,
that.
okay.
Yeah. So these are my fan base, and these are the people who want it. Of course, there are other people sometimes,
Like, do you
but
do
this is.
weddings and, private
Yes,
things like that
yes.
too?
I do
Okay.
weddings, I do conferences, seminar, product launch,
Okay.
award ceremony,
Okay,
birthday
yeah. I
parties,
mean, I've seen him at
and
a
all
couple though.
that.
Shout out.
You have, right?
Yeah. All right.
But it's
So,
been good now, really.
okay.
It's not the way it used to be when I started off, but
All
it's
right.
been really
That's
wonderful right
great.
now. Yes.
Okay, all right. That's good stuff though. And we just hope, you grow bigger and bigger and
I
bigger.
know, I
That's the
know.
goal at the end of the day.
That's
Okay,
correct.
so let me ask you this real quick. For those of us that really don't know much about, your type of music, what really does it take? Do you have to go to like a school for opera or how do you go about becoming a classical artist?
Uh, Firstly, there's a school, the Musical Society of Nigeria
Okay.
in Lagos, where they teach classical music, opera. They develop people's talent, voices, instruments, and all that. You know, it's not just classical, there's jazz, whatever
All
kind of
types
music,
of
yes, in Muson,
alternate kind
that's
of
correct.
okay.
But the core area of specialization is classical and opera.
Classical. Okay.
Yeah, but I am affiliated with them. I do a couple of partnership programs with the school, with the students, with the
Do you
teachers.
teach too?
No, I don't teach,
Okay.
but I've done a couple of jobs with them. And the director of music at the Muson Center happens to be a mentor as well. So I learn a lot from him. I have a couple of friends there as well. And but for me, it was I think the background was from the interdenominational choir. That was where I started.
That
That
was
was
where
where
you
I
had
did
your
my
voice
learning.
coaching.
At some point, I had to do a lot of personal training. I
Training.
got online to learn a lot from people around the world and all that. And a lot of personal training went into it. And of course, it's a continuous process. I
Yeah,
keep
you don't
training,
stop
keep learning,
learning.
and yeah.
I mean, there are a million things you can learn on YouTube. I'm even sure you
Yes.
can go online now and learn how to perform surgery. Like,
No, no,
but don't go to such surgeons on
no.
your own.
Please don't try that at home.
But it's like there are a lot of things you can learn online. All
I
right, that's like good stuff though. So,
thank
do
you.
you do something else aside this, or is it like full time for you?
This is full time for me.
Okay.
But I studied computer science in my university. I have a couple of ICT certified
Okay.
programs and certificates. I wanted to study. I wanted to become an IT practitioner, but along the line, music took over, and music in itself is a whole profession.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
so broad.
so at the moment, I'm practicing IT, but
Okay.
on the side, music is full time. I am also a master of ceremony.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
and so I do, yeah. And just recently, a couple of months ago, I had my debut in Nollywood. I was
Oh.
featured in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually also joined the Actors Guild of Nigeria. So it's all in the
So you've been
entertainment
keeping yourself
circuit.
busy in that entertainment circle, innit?
Well,
We
yes, I
see you.
have
We see you.
been.
It's all right. It's all right. So I know, like we've been saying, like countless of times, this can be an easy, genre to actually say you're doing in this part of the world. What would you cite to be your biggest challenges so far?
The Nigerian audience. Yes,
I saw that coming.
the Nigerian
Okay.
audience. You know, if if you're not coming out to give us shaku shaku, and we're not interested.
How do you deal with this though?
It still goes down to the point where I did not want to compromise my actual talent and specialization. I only did a blend. That's to be able to capture the typical Nigerian audience, to appreciate my kind of music, but still giving them that touch of classical thing. Yes.
Okay.
So it's good.
So in terms of, we all know Nigerians are bad mouth. Hi. Have people come up to you telling you things to try and discourage your kind of music because they are not used to it? Have people actually been mean, towards your kind of?
Yes.
Can you give us
so many times that I've had to reconsider my decision to sing. Many times in the past, there are times when I just stay at home and I just want to sing, and my friends are like, "Guy, keep quiet, you don't disturb us." This happened many times that I can't even count anymore. But the beauty of it is, and that made me rethink this whole thing. And then sometimes when I get out there and people ask me, "What do you do?" I'm a classical musician. Guy, really, in Nigeria, classical? Come on, pick a struggle, man. And the truth is, it got to me. But what kept me was the passion for passion for music, passion for this kind of music was what kept me going. I wasn't doing shows, I wasn't earning money. I was just doing it for the love of it. I literally attended events. I paid my transport to some events just to perform for free, only because I was trying to market myself and put it out there that yes, I do this.
That's what I do. This is me.
So I'm so happy today that not only do people appreciate my genre of music, they call me. They pay well for it. And some of these friends and these people who knew me in the past who used to laugh at me have had to invite me to their weddings and other events, and they paid well for it. So you can see, I think we've come a long way with this, and it's something that I really appreciate. And
we're so happy you didn't give up, because do you understand? We'll be our Teekay classical man.
I know, right?
Only the ladies and all that. So let's.
You have special interest in this part.
Because, like I said, I saw you perform one time. I was like, rah. He was just belting out, and I was like, and then the person was looking at me like, do you want to go on stage?
I know.
Please. All right, so let me just ask one quick question before we go on a break. So if you weren't doing this genre of music, would you still be singing, or is singing to you just about, opera and classical?
No. Singing to me is about affecting lives, entertaining people, inspiring people. I think a lot of us oftentimes misunderstand the core idea of music. It's to entertain, it's to inspire, it's to teach people sometimes, So yes, music is this for me because I entertain people, I inspire, I bless people in my own little way.
Amen.
So, but if I wasn't, so these are actually the reasons I sing, and because I have so much passion for it.
All right. So if you weren't doing this genre, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing this genre of music, you mean what other genre or what
other genre would you
be doing? I probably would be doing jazz. I do jazz, by the way. I do jazz. I do country music as well.
I love country.
So thank you. If I wasn't doing classical music or classical pop music, I would be doing jazz or country music. But shaku shaku, Afrobeat, and
you keep mentioning shaku shaku. You will show us your shaku shaku skills.
I love, I love that dance.
He's going to be showing us some shaku shaku skills when we come back.
I don't know about that.
Let's see a tiny short break. Don't move a muscle. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. You are still watching The Call with Sabina and Teekay. Correct. So, guys, now we're moving on to the questions the fans are asking on Twitter. Are you ready?
Should I be scared?
Nah, it's alright.
Yeah, I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm ready.
Okay. So the first one goes, I saw you perform once. Good stuff. Do you make any money from it, though?
Yes. I mean, we're in front of the camera. I can't lie, right? I do make money from it. Yes, it gets tough sometimes. I mean, I'll be honest with you, but I do make a lot of money from it.
A lot. It says a lot.
Okay, I do make money from it, and it can get better.
Okay, so we're looking at, making more.
Yes, everybody wants to make more.
Okay, so next question is, what's the best thing about your job?
The best thing about my job is satisfaction. When I get on stage to perform and I see smiles on people's faces, and sometimes people cry. Yes, people cry sometimes when I perform.
I'm sure they are girls. Don't lie. Girls are
well,
girls,
you don't expect a guy to cry. Come on.
It's just
But yeah,
ladies.
she did, not because of me, but because of what she heard. And maybe I touched some part of her, some emotional part, and she cried. And one time I've had to sing to a lady. Her husband surprised her on her 40th birthday, and I performed the special song, and she cried and knelt down and thanked her husband. It was a sight to behold. It was beautiful. But the thing is, satisfaction. When I see these things happen, I see people happy. It gives me so much joy and satisfaction. That's the best part of it for me.
I can totally relate. That part about people crying, I can relate. Sometimes you just listen to something, and it might not even be about that song you're listening to.
Thank you very much.
It just reminds you of one thing, one way, somehow that just gets you very emotional.
And that's what music should be able to do.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of music, isn't it? All right. So the last question is, what has been your lowest point in your journey so far?
My lowest point. That's a hard one. But, life, in my opinion, life is about ups and downs. Okay. Well, to some people, you just go all the way up. To some people, you go up.
Sorry,
and it's fine. You go up sometimes to come down a little bit, but you always try to pick up and keep going up. Yeah. So, well, for me, sometimes it comes down. It goes up, but it never really goes down below a certain point. That's the good thing about it. Okay. So I can't say I've had my lowest point in the past, but in the beginning, when I started, when I didn't have a fan base, I didn't have clients, not many people knew me, it was hard for me. And like I said earlier on, when people used to just wonder, why did you have to choose this kind of music, guy? I mean, that's not what you do in Nigeria and all that. So that brought me down. So this was one point, or these times were times when I could have quit music, for something else.
Jesus, he didn't.
Well, yes. Sometimes I still want to quit.
Please don't quit.
Yes, because it gets really difficult,
I can understand though. It can't be that easy. I mean, if it comes easy, they say, what's the point of having it in it?
Yes.
Do you understand? Well, I am personally interested in knowing what your highlight has been.
Highlights? It would be some of my best events. Okay. Yeah, because we're talking about music now in my career as a musician, so I guess my highlight would be some of my really beautiful events. I've been privileged to do some really big events, international, local events, mostly in Nigeria though. And my highlight was one of the highlights in my career was when I had the opportunity to perform with the likes of Delaruelive, Bez, Keisha Cole from the US, Liquid Deep Mikasa Music from South Africa, and this guy who we lost a couple of months ago, Huge Masakela, what's the name again, from South Africa, a South African legend. I was the smallest artist.
I can imagine.
So
you're not intimidated in any way.
No, I was not intimidated in any way. I mean, we all had our strength. I was there to give classical, but I said to myself, I mean, this must be really good having the privilege to perform with such wonderful people and people that I used to look up to, the likes of Delaruelive. So that was quite a high point for me. And a couple of times when I had to do a live show and it was all around the country, and so I felt that was a wide coverage. So that was a high point as well. And one time I had the opportunity. I've done events for a couple of governors, past and present. That was good for me.
Something.
Well,
you're reckoning government money.
Well, no. I have to clear this now. No, the fact that I do events for governors doesn't mean the money comes in bulk.
Yeah, guys, we don't believe him, do we?
I mean, the animals these days are stealing more money than I'm making from music.
Let's not even go there right now. All right, so I can see that you've had a lot of high points, and we're just hoping for the best for you. We want to see you go higher and higher, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, guys. So there you have it. Those are the questions you guys asked him on Twitter. So we have to go on another break, but we will be right back. Welcome back to The Core. I'm still in the studio with Teekay. How you doing so far, Teekay?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Right, so guys, we're moving on to one of my favorite segments in this show because I legit get the chance to do Amebo. Alright, so this is the Hot Topic segment where we talk about things making the round on internet, social media, and all that. So, we're good to go.
Yes.
Alright, so first on my list, of course, is Big Brother Night.
Big Brother.
Okay, what was that reaction for? It's like something came to your head. Means
no, nothing. Just Big Brother. I mean, the feels about Big Brother these days.
Everybody's watching it.
Everyone is watching.
I'm one of those people that watch them sleep. Do you watch the show like?
Well, I do not all the time.
I'm just kidding. Of course, I mean, he's a busy man. So let me just jump right into my question because I have a particular question about Big Brother. So we saw that two different teams. That's a pair. Bam Teddy. That's Bam Bam and Teddy. For those that don't watch. Yes. And then the other team. Mina, which is Miracle and Nina. Oh, his head is there. Okay.
Those guys are over. Okay, no comment.
No comments, please. We want to hear your first comment. What's your first comment?
Well, no, I mean, they just make it fun. I mean, those guys are something else, you know.
Something else is right. All right, the question now is, these two pairs I just mentioned have done the nasty.
Yes.
You know what I mean by the nasty? Yes. They've done the nasty on camera. So now the thing is, a lot of Nigerians are divided. Some are saying, leave them, Joe. They are adults. What's your business? They are not children. It's rated, blah, blah, yada, yada. And others are saying, come on, it's not right. It's national TV. You can't be, doing stuff like that on TV. I want to know right now, where do you stand?
I think that, well, yes, it's on national TV, but that's why they put it, I think, 18 and above, right?
Yeah.
So if you are 18 and above, it's okay, you can watch it. Now, if you tune into your TV channel to watch Big Brother, then you should be up for whatever comes. I mean, just take it the way it is. Thank you very much. If you don't want to see, don't watch. Okay. Don't get involved. Don't go on social media to check the trend or what's happening in Big Brother's house. So that's what I think. Stay in your lane. And these guys in the house are old enough to do whatever they want to do, make whatever decision. It's their decision. It's whatever happens. It's on them, not you. So you just leave them to live their life. That's what I think.
Okay. So speaking of Big Brother, I think I was having a conversation with you earlier, and you mentioned that that's not something you would mind doing. So can you just give us a little bit?
Yes, it's not something I would mind doing. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go for the audition, but should I say unfortunately or fortunately, I had a show on the first day of audition, so I had to go for my show. That's how I missed out on it.
So now let's imagine Teekay was in the house. Would you do any of these things? I mean, you're saying you turned 18 and it's not a business. But would you, if you were in their shoes, would you actually?
No.
You can't do that on live.
No, I wouldn't.
We're talking about your poor mother watching.
I wouldn't. Like it's not about my mother or family or girlfriend or wife or whatever. It's just me. It's just me. I just can't. I'm not saying I don't do that or I wouldn't do that when
private
confined, yes, but I wouldn't do that on TV. On TV, yes.
Okay, so you're kind of one leg inside and one leg outside because you're like, hey, I don't care if you guys do that. Well, if it is me, I will not do it.
Now, get me right. I people don't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay. That does not mean that I don't like it or I wouldn't watch it. I do watch it. I don't have a problem with it, but I wouldn't do it if I found myself in the house. Right. I don't know if you get me.
We get you perfectly well, Teekay. And when you go next year, we will see all the things you do or you will not do.
Let me get there first, right?
Yes, so Okay. The next one is there is this trending photo on social media. I think the man is from Abia State. I really do not remember that correctly. Pardon me. So he got married recently, and in that one ceremony, he married two different.
I saw that, right?
Like they legit said, the place where the pastor is like can kiss the bride. They did like group kissing. Like
No,
legit.
no,
I kid you not.
What?
So what's your reaction to this basically?
Man, I don't know what to say about this. This is crazy, man. You know, you got married to two wives on the same day.
On the same day.
I mean,
white wedding.
White wedding, okay. A pastor apparently wedded them.
Wedded them, yeah.
And at the point where you had to kiss your wife, you had to kiss your wife. So.
Together.
Man, I don't know, man. However, he got those women. I don't know.
I think personally, we should sit him down and ask him how he did it.
How he did it? You know, that guy must be some really tough bado or something. I don't know, but it's not against the law.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you know, so we're talking. But from a biblical point of view, it's not okay. So if a pastor, in my opinion, I mean, if a pastor decided to wed them, whatever, if he can justify that, it's fine. Now, if all three people in this, the man and his wives, his newly wedded wives, are happy and they have a mutual understanding and they can coexist, it's fine for them. At the end of the day, your happiness is the ultimate thing. But I really don't understand how that happened, man.
I don't get it too. Like, I don't understand.
Man, people are doing things in this country, man.
There are so many things we see, and I'm just baffled. Anyway, guys, so there you have it on Hot Topics today. We're going to be going on another break, but we will be right back. And guys, when we come back, we're going to be playing silly games. You know you can't miss that one, right?
Okay.
I'm already doing like this for you. Guys, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. So welcome back, guys. So we're about to play a favorite game of mine. See, Teekay is like, okay.
I'm wondering.
No fear.
Okay, I know fear. I know fear.
Are you ready?
Oh, okay, no problem. Come on, bring it on.
Guys, this is Let's Play Silly Games. Okay, so you ready?
We are ready. I was born ready.
Okay. Let me just go first because, you know, I'm trying to...
What's the penalty for failing?
Bragging rights.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Oh, so you feel like, because it's bragging rights now. You will do frog jump.
We gonna do. You gonna do the frog jump? Okay, that I don't know about that.
Alright, so let me go first. Concentration.
Concentration. You get them. You're there.
Names of okay, colors. Let's do colors. Names of colors, different type of colors. Names of colors. Brown,
red,
pink,
violet,
purple,
orange,
gold,
white,
silver,
burgundy,
green.
Pinkish.
What is pinkish?
No.
What is pinkish? Oh no.
I want to say pinkish yellow.
1-0. Okay, I'm loving this already. Yeah, you're going
I
next.
think you had this plan, but it's okay.
Nay, like, come on. Okay, go next.
Concentration. Names of states in Nigeria. River State.
Benue.
I got you. No, you took all the time.
Wait,
that's why I said concentration. No, I have to take this one. It's my right. Come on.
Let's leave it. It's alright, because I know we'll still be.
It's just that we have that is okay. It's 1-1 now.
We'll let that fly. Alright.
Okay.
So,
concentration.
Names of female girls. Female girls. What is female girls?
That's tautology.
So names of females. Okay. English names though.
English names.
Yes,
Patricia.
Sabina.
Samira.
Samira English.
It's English.
Which English is that? I want this one because Samira call. Samira is 2-1 right now.
Come on, man. Okay.
I'm just so confident. So you go next.
Concentration. Where are you from, by the way? I'm sorry.
You want to set me up?
No, I don't want to.
You want to set me up? I'm not telling you. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Concentration. Names of Igbo names. Oluchi.
I said it.
Oluchi.
Chiamara.
Akumjeri.
Inkem. What is that?
That's a name.
Inkem.
Amadi.
Chiwetalu.
Chukuma.
Chinonso.
Agu.
Chidubem.
Chijioke.
Obinna.
Amara.
Chukudekwe.
Chukweku.
Nonso.
Nonso Diop. Yes! No, you said Nonso. I said, I'm calling the phone name.
Which one is Nonso Diobi? Yafe. Please, that is what now?
How did I fail this?
3.
2-2, right?
2-2. Now me win this
2-1. Wait, we just had 3.
It's 3-1.
Jesus.
It's 3-1.
Jesus.
So it's my turn now. Oh,
Okay.
I'm still winning this, guys.
No
I got this.
Home advantage.
Right, so no, Joriel. He's me that is winning.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. No problem.
So if I do this one now, they'll say I'm wicked. If I do makeup,
no makeup. No, I knew it. No way. No way. No makeup. No,
okay,
come on.
I'll be nice. It's fine. All right. So concentration.
Concentration. Concentration. We are there.
Names of African countries. Botswana.
Rwanda.
South Africa.
Nigeria.
Ethiopia. Morocco. Ghana.
Benin Republic.
Togo.
Yes. Come on.
That's like 4-1.
Kidding me?
I'm going to shaku right now. Unfortunately,
man, no, I can't believe I failed this.
Do you want to keep going? Because I'm already whooping you. Like,
yeah, well,
4-1. Okay,
I'm just trying to be nice. I mean, I don't want to,
Oh, let's be like this. I'll give you a chance. We'll do one more.
Okay.
Give you a chance to go up from like 4-1 to maybe 4-2.
Okay, no problem.
Right, so this last one. So,
it's mine.
I know you make it hard.
Well,
God is watching. The God I serve is watching.
I don't want to be too hard on you. Concentration.
You got me. TK.
Concentration. This one will be hard, dude. Well, names of classical musicians. Andrea Bocelli.
TK.
Luciano Pavarotti.
TK2.
Il Volo.
TK3.
Il Divo. Russell what?
In the end, still, I still win you.
TK3.
I still win you.
No, but I just had to take this one.
It's still
I mean, 4-2 is bad enough. I had to make
who's
sure.
Who's your winner? No, say who's your winner?
I was just being nice to you. I told you that. I was being nice to you.
Concede defeat now.
Well, you know what they say, ladies first. I was trying to be nice, really. I was trying to be nice.
Say, guys, I just lost to Sabina.
Oh well,
she's
guys,
the queen of
out of my kind heart and willingness, I decided to lose to her. I mean, I'm trying to be a gentleman here.
All of them, they saw what happened, so it's alright, guys. So I'm so proud to announce to you the winner of this round of Let's Play Silly Game.
Please, this one time, but take it. I give it to you.
We're going to be going on another short break, but we will be right back. Don't move a muscle.
Oh my God.
When a dog barks, what is a bird?
Chim.
Birds sing. They sing.
Exactly. Thank you.
A bird. I don't know.
Huh?
Try.
A bird. Can I say crow? I don't know.
A bird.
A
Like
bird.
you've attended from primary school, and you don't
Oh
still
my
know what a
God.
bird do.
You do ooh 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 ooh.
A bird. A bird. Is it scream or whatever? I don't know.
Please try again.
I don't know what bird normally do because I don't stay close to bed.
Now where they see you come from?
Welcome back to The Core. I do hope you've been having so much fun so far because I know I am. I had fun whooping my guest.
Oh, please.
Alright, so I'll just leave that for a minute now. Guys, we're about to play the versus game. So I told you already, I'm going to be pitting two people against each other. You pick one, ditch one, and give us reasons.
Okay.
Good. Alright, so first up we have Timi Dakolo versus Dari at Alade. Pick one, ditch one. Why?
Oh, God, no. This is a hard one, man.
So who you picking? Who you ditching?
This better not go on air. They better not see this.
Oh, yes, I'll
They
tag
better
them
not see this.
personally.
Oh, man, no, this is a hard one, you know. Because, I mean, I love both of them and they are both my mentors.
That's the idea.
Oh, well. Okay, I would pick, oh, Jesus.
I know who he's going to say, by the way.
I don't like this. They better not see it, you know. I'm being serious. But anyway, I picked Timi Dakolo and I ditched Daria Atanade.
Okay, give us your reason.
Well, they both make great music. I love the music. I love their style. I learn a lot from them. They are friends as well. But in terms of personality, Timi Dakolo is more approachable, is more down to earth, wonderful guy. So that's the reason I picked him. And Dari Atalade, in my opinion, is a bit uptight and yeah, it's a bit uptight and well, that's the word. So yeah, Timi Dakolo is everybody's man.
Yeah, I have to agree to that too because I actually met him a couple of times and the man is very chill. He's very chill.
But I have a problem. Every time I see him, he's like, Teekay, you're eating the money, bring the money. I'm like, how the hell are you saying this? No, he's actually joking. I mean, how the hell do you even think about that when he's making his millions and I'm making my little change?
You're making some millions.
He just never agrees that
it's alright, don't worry. Okay, so you're going to pick Timi and ditch Dari.
Unfortunately, yes.
That's cool. Alright, so next we have, you also see what I did here. We have Asha versus Simi. Yeah.
No way, man.
Ditch one.
Try. This one hard.
Try.
I mean, guys, help me. This is hard, man.
No exo for him.
You know, wow. You know, personality is a very powerful thing.
Okay.
You know, you can be talented, you can be wealthy and all that, but if you don't have a good attitude, you are not complete.
Okay.
I am not saying that one has a good attitude or personality and the other does not. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I've never had a show with Simi before. I've never met her physically before. I've met Asha. I've done a show with Asha. She's a great person. But I cannot say much about her, you know, apart from what I see online, you know. But Simi also, based on what I see online, seems to be a more easygoing person. And I like their music, you know. But I think, again, based on personality, I would pick Simi.
Right
no,
now.
I'm not being diplomatic. This is the much I know about them, so I would pick Simi and ditch Asha with her wonderful music.
After giving us presidential speech finish,
But I have to justify my reason.
In case you missed it, he ditched Dari and he picked Timi Dakolo.
I'm sorry, Dari, if you ever get to watch this, I'm still going to get featured on Love Like a Movie.
Alright, guys.
Oh yes, that's another reason I ditched him.
Oh, we see what you did there. It's alright though. So you guys saw who he picked and who it is. So that's about it on Pick a Date today, guys. So now we're moving on to the freestyle. It's time for you to, make us swoon.
You didn't tell me about this.
Of course now.
You didn't tell me about this.
Expo. I have to. But wait, I told you.
No, you
lying
did not.
On me on camera like that now. I don't like.
No, I'm not lying on camera.
It's time for your freestyle. Don't worry, just take it away. Give us some of that, that.
So what do you want? English, Spanish, Italian, which one?
I want Italian.
Italian.
Is agreeing with me though. So Italian.
Okay.
Go Teekay. Do you want me to
calm down? Well, okay, I'll do Spanish first and then Italian.
Oh, nice.
Just a few seconds.
Double delight. All right. Go for it.
Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo tiempo pensando, pensando, por lo que más tú quieras, ¿hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días. Y yo desesperado, y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás. I think that's enough.
You were swearing for me, but it sounded dope.
No, I wasn't swearing. It's a love song. I wasn't swearing.
It's alright, and I was just here getting into it. It's fine. Okay, promise us too. So next time.
I did. I thought you forgot.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'll just try to do something a little bit operatic in Italian. L'ardonna immobile, qual piuma al viento, mutare a ciento, e di pensiero, sempre al mobile, leggio al riol viso, in pianto in riso, e menzognero. La donna immobile, qual piuma al viento, mutare a ciento, Thank you.
Amen. Oh, amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. So that was awesome. I mean,
Thank
if you watch that, it's pretty awesome. And I mean, for a craft that is not so common in this part of the world, I have to dab on it.
Right, dab on it.
Anyway, guys, we're going on a short break, but we will be right back. Keep watching.
Hi guys, my name is Teekay. I'm Nigeria's multilingual classical and operatic pop musician, and I'm chilling right here with Sabina on the core Delarue TV. I'm happy to be here, and I just want to tell you that bringing good music to you is all that I want to do, and making you happy, of course. So if you want to connect with me, you go on Instagram. It's Teekay Classical Music, Teekay for TEEKAY Classical Music. My Twitter handle is @Teekay Sings. Facebook is facebook.com/Okobia Teekay, OKOBIA Teekay. And you can check me up on YouTube. I have some videos, and try to connect with me, and let's have a good time together. Thank you.
So needless to say, guys, I had so much fun on this episode of The Core. I know Teekay also had fun.
I had so much fun, but I'm still not happy you beat me.
Anyway, guys, it's about time for us to wrap up the show, but I did not forget you're supposed to teach us how to do shaku shaku.
I never told you I'm a dancer.
Anybody? Okay,
singer, but
before we go, just give us our shaku shaku and let's go our ways.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh, yeah.
Are we dancing together? I for one, I for two.
Wait, it's not.
Let me just end it with this. Thank you.
It's alright. It's alright. Anyway, so I do know that you learned one or two things about, classical music. I really didn't know much, and he just enlightened us. So guys, don't forget you can watch this video again. Just find us on YouTube. We are Delaruelive, and on all other social media platforms we're also Delaruelive. We have to go right now though. Teekay, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I had a good time with Sabina.
Yes, so I had a good time with Teekay too, and we will be back same time, same place. Bye guys.